Hello there and welcome back. In this video we are going to take a look at a pretty nice web framework which is called Wooey, if I pronounce it correctly. So it's on pypi.org and it's in, let's say, a pretty early stage. And the basic idea is that you have a bunch of scripts and you want to allow less technical users to execute those scripts. And one way to do it is to create a web interface which allows you to basically execute these scripts if you log in. And there is, however, a prerequisite for this to work. And what I'm doing is basically I'm using my CentOS 8 machine and I have RabbitMQ and Erlang installed. So abort, and if we go here we have the RabbitMQ web interface. It is ready to accept connections, and what I want to do is to set up this Wooey and show you how you can add scripts and maybe some ideas as to how you can run them. And I'm currently experimenting with the Stream Deck, so I want to turn off the video so that you can have the full real estate of my screen. Let's jump right into it. First, we are going to create a virtual environment and go ahead and set up Wooey. So now what I'm going to do is to create a virtual environment, and I'm going to call this Woo. Once this virtual environment is created, I'm going to activate it, bin activate, and use pip install Wooey. I don't really want to mess up my Python installation, but technically I'm using the default Python installation on this CentOS machine, so 3.8, 6.8. As far as I know, Wooey is compatible upwards to Python 3.10, so pick your version. And once Wooey is installed, we have to use the Wooeyify-p to create a project. Alright, it is going to create a Django-based web application. And in order to access this web application, we have to use the demo manage.py create super user. And the reaper.py is good. And reaper.py@gmail.com. And the password is not visible. Okay, now that we have our user created, we can use the run server, and I would like to run it on all of my interfaces on the port 8000. So once this boots up, what I have to do is to go to my browser and hit the HTTP CentOS 8000 port. And I will see an error, and this error is due to the fact that the machine or the port and the IP address specified is not in the allowed hosts. So let's fix it. vi demo settings. So demo settings and Django.settings. And here you are going to find the allowed hosts line. And here, if you put a star, it is going to allow everything. So now, if we go back and run our server once again and try to refresh the browser, you will see that the web interface has arrived. And now we have the admin context route. And here I can use my user to log in, and let's save it. You can see this is the web interface which allows you to manage the scripts. Okay, let's create a separate window, and I'm going to use a new tab. Now what we would like to do is to create our script which we want to outsource to the users. And basically it doesn't matter where you create the script, the important part is that you add this script, which we will see how you can do. So let's call this hello world.py, and we have to import the argparse and the sys modules and create a script which is a parser argparse argument parser, and the description is going to be demo for Wooey, and the parser is supposed to have arguments, and we will have an argument which is called to be summed. So the idea is to specify a list of integers, and we want to return the sum of those integers. So the help is going to say that this is the list of integers, and the required is true. Now here comes the fun part. We have to define the action the following way. We need a main function, and in the if the underscore name equals main, we want to use the sys.exit and call the function. And at the end of the main, we either have the return 0 or the return value, which we want to use to indicate whether the action was successful or not. So now what we would like to do is to say that let's print it. The sum of arguments is going to be an f string, and technically sum arguments dot to be summed, and we need to gather these arguments from the parse args function. So this is our script. Let's take it for a test drive. So hello world, and to be summed 1 2 3 4 5, and arguments is equal to parser dot parse arguments. Alright, so now it is working, and we want to use the Python manage.py add script hello world. That way we have let our application know that this is a script that is supposed to be available in the web interface. So now I'm going to run my server and go back to the web interface. And here on the web interface, if I refresh it, you can see that I have the hello world script. And in order to actually submit this as a job and be able to run it, I'm gonna use another terminal, SSH to my CentOS 8B machine, activate the Wooey virtual environment, and I'm going to navigate to the demo folder and use the celery command to execute it. So technically what I would use is the celery -a demo worker -c1 beat 1 beat -l info. And now you can see that the salary is running. And basically, in the initialization, it is going to show you whether it is able to connect to RabbitMQ. And it's using the default guest user and guest password and so on. You may want to change it, but yeah, leads to memory leak. Okay. So let's get back to our application and submit a new job. So if I click here and say that the to be summed is 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, for whatever reason, this is how it works. So test run is the description, and I submit it. And you can see that it hopped in the queue, and then we are able to see the results. And these are the results. So the sum of arguments is 15. All right, let's create another script just for the demo's sake. So SSA CentOS8B, and let's use the source woo script bin activate and navigate to the demo, and vi the hello name.py, and we import argparse and the sys module, create the name underscore equals main, and sys.exit main, and we have the main function, and we create our parser, argument parser, description is going to be name and age, and the parser.add argument is going to take the -n, which is going to be a string variable, and your name, and the parser.add argument -a type equals int, and help is your age. Great. Let's just make it a bit nicer looking. Yeah. And arguments is going to be parser.parse args, and if arguments.n is none, then return -1 and print you have to give a name. If arguments.a is none, we print that you have to give a age, and otherwise we write that the message is going to be hello arguments.n, your age is arguments.a, and we return a 0. Let's take it for a test drive. So Python 3, you have to give a name, you have to give an age, and -a 33 your age is, and we have an error here. This should be -1. Let's see. Give an age is given, and let's use the Python 3 manage.py add script hello name. Alright, we have added our new script. Let's see. We have the hello name, and we have the Daniel and the 33, and test with both arguments, and just submit it. Great, it was successful. But what happens if you don't specify these? Test without arguments. Let's submit it. And as you can see, due to the return code, it knows that it has failed. And if we go here, we have basically an overview. So let's visit our admin interface. I'm back, by the way. So I really like this Stream Deck stuff. So, but this is not sponsored. So anyway, let's go to the admin interface. And as you can see on the left side, we have our scripts. If you click here, you can see these are the uploaded scripts. And if I navigate here, you can see that I can rename this script. I can assign it to different group. I can even provide documentation, order, whatever. And technically that's it. So I believe that this is a pretty powerful and good concept that allows you to outsource your scripts to other users. And it's really not that hard to set up either. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.